I didn't expect to see you so early. Oh, wait, I should probably take off this text-to-speech voice, huh?
That's better. You wouldn't believe how frustrating it is to actually use that voice so much. The match results alone nearly took me out of commission for days. Well, anyway, I hope you like my design. I wasn't always gonna look like this, you know? Having me, be Green McGreen, speaking to you right now, it just felt like it would bloat the project's scope, making the Q&A take longer to come out. Trust me, this little intro is gonna be the most high-quality part of this video. Whether that's a good or a bad thing is, up to viewer discretion, I guess. I guess this is the end of the line, huh? I mean, knowing me, at least. Green McGreen is nothing more than a mask, a persona. In a few seconds, you're gonna know who is really behind this project, and all the people that have contributed. It's kinda weird, right? Like, all this time I've spent interacting with the community, and I was never even real. But people treated me as such anyway. I get their suspension of disbelief, but hallucinating a community member? Feeling sorry for said fake member when they seem upset? It's just kind of funny, in all honesty. I guess that's the motto of UGT. Putting in too much effort for the sake of a bit, for the sake of whatever's funniest. But at some point, jokes just become stale and repetitive. At some point, maybe UGT would have become that. Soulless and trudging along with no end in sight. And the real people, the actual creatives, getting sidelined in the sake of appealing to some figurehead. Maybe I'm just getting too philosophical. Maybe me getting too philosophical only adds to the humor of UGT. Either way, I guess all jokes eventually have to end with a punchline.
Holy shit, fire! Wait. Oh, fuck.
And we're live?
Yeah, we're high.
And we're live.
And we are
Everybody do an intro.
Okay.
Like our own intro?
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
here, I'll go first. I'm
putting the visuals over this.
Congo, if you don't roar like a lion, I'm gonna be so mad.
Hold on, what the fuck was that? Is that Robotnik at the end?
What do you
I
mean?
think Robotnik's in my room.
Oh.
Robotnik?
Robot?
What are you doing here?
We're cutting all of this out.
No, okay, wait,
I'm the editor.
Keep all of this and keep Lydian saying to cut it out.
Hello, welcome to the UGT Q&A. We are the groupers. We did the tournament.
Yeah.
That's good enough, probably.
Yeah.
Let's go right to left so that it ends on me.
I'm Spaggy, like literally everywhere. I did a little bit of art for the tournament. I did the Forgotten, the like weird like Forgotten that was like red Gotten. That was the official name.
Red Gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Red Gotten.
Okay, next. I get my
Hello.
big cane and I drag Spag off screen.
Hello. My name is Gongo. I'm the GB basically everywhere. But you, you and I, you could just call me Gongo. I made most of the art for this, for like the renders and stuff, and like some extra little drawings in the end. But I made the renders for all of the main characters except for the Forgotten, which was by Spaggy, and then fucking Will. I forgot the name of it. That one.
Next me. Hi, I'm Stupid Wizard. As for what I contributed to Green, I drew both of the blends. I did the video editing for both of the act finales, all the victories, and I did art for the act finales. I also invented the ShamWow.
And then I'm Lydian. I did everything else.
Yeah.
That is true.
You made the ShamWow too.
I made the ShamWow too.
Anyway.
Anyway, I'm Lydian. I did everything that these other three said they didn't do. So I did all of the music. I did all the uploading to the channels. I did all of the writing for Green McGreen. I did the vote sorting. I did the renders for the April Fool's tracks. The April Fool's track. I've got a little written announcement right here before we get into the actual questions proper. So I'm just gonna quickly say it right now.
We're pregnant.
UG, yeah, all 4 of us.
It's a green.
It's green. UGT is going to become less of a focus for us we've been thinking about doing a new tournament project. It would be a lot more unique than what UGT has to offer. As such, UGT will probably turn into something we do every few months out of boredom. Think, hey, it's been a bit since the last UGT match. We should try to make one for fun. I don't want to say too much about what that next project is going to be, but when it's ready to be revealed, I'll make a community post on the UGT YouTube channel, like linking to the channel.
Let's just say there's gonna be music.
Let's just say
Everyone who likes and commented on this video is invited to the gender reveal.
exactly.
All right, I'm gonna Wiz, you're gonna put on screen a single letter from one of the source lists. Boom.
Do it
There you
now,
go,
do it.
Ah.
I'm allowing you. Crossover content is the last thing we're going to actively try to work on for UGT before we like full hog go into the new project. Most of the tracks are done. It's just waiting on Spag and Gongo to do the renders. I'm not taking any more requests for crossovers at the moment, and I'll continue to talk in SoundCloud DMs to the few projects that we are crossing over with. When those are all done, I might open the door for like a few more, but don't get your hopes up. So sorry that for everyone that I ghosted in that like 2-month stretch. I wanted to get that stuff out as much as y'all did, but life got in the way. Oopsies.
It had plans.
Are we ready for the Qs and the potential As?
Hold up. Yeah.
Okay. Question number
then?
1.
Yeah.
Very like, I think this is the question that we got the most on the like forum.
Ooh.
Who is your favorite character in UGT?
Let's do what we do with the intros and go right to left.
Right to left, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, Spag, who is your favorite in UGT?
Okay, so my favorite, and it's because I'm like very largely biased towards goofy scaries, is Survive Kill the Killers. I like
Yeah.
the artwork on that one a lot.
That art is really
Mhm.
good.
Yeah, just like in general, like this is my exact kind of vibe, right? Like this is just exactly what I like. I thought the music was very good. I listened to
I
it
blush.
to this very day.
To this very day.
This very day.
This very day.
And then, yeah, I don't know. That's like the easy answer. It's just that.
Gongus?
I think I have like a different. I have like 2 basically because if there's one that I really like to draw, it's in between like Kill the Killers and G Sports because I like doing the glasses. The glasses were fun. But like in terms of just like all around, it's probably Kill the Killers also, just because like it's fucking Survive the Kill the Killers in Area 51. It's like the funniest fucking thing of all time.
Before I give my answer, where did Kill the Killers end up on the popularity list again? Wasn't it number 3?
Let me like.
I'm pretty sure they were
double-check.
like.
I actually need
I'm
to-
pretty sure they were 3rd place on that.
They got 4th place.
Hey, at least they beat. Who did they beat out?
Freddy. Freddy got
Goddamn.
6 votes out of 101.
Everyone's so mean to me. My favorite in green. I'm not gonna be biased and pick either of the blends. I've gone on feral rants before how I love the blends because they're fusions, and I'm the fusion boy. Thank you, Ben 10, for that brainworm. But if I had to pick a non-fusion, my favorite, it's a tie between either Senpai of Blair or Metal Sonic. Fesh Pins is like my favorite YouTube poop ever. I love Senpai of Blair so fucking much.
He's so funny.
So good.
And you fine, Jeffrey. And
You fine,
Fine, Jeffrey, and you fine, Jeffrey.
I fucking quote unironically to my brother. I'll quote it to people who don't get. I'll go numbers. Ben 10 and Fesh Pins. They have irrevocably they've
your brain
fucked up my
chemistry.
brain, for better and for worse.
I honestly don't know who my favorite character is. I
Pick
think
one now. 5 seconds on the clock.
no, I don't want to do that. If I didn't like a character, then they wouldn't be in the roster, you know? So I kind of like all of them equally.
If you hated
I
a kid,
think
you
I
would have
had-
put him up for adoption.
Yeah, exactly. I think out of all the characters, I think Blair is like probably the one that I enjoyed working with the most in terms of like actually making the tracks. Herobrine is like, my favorite character in media,
Yeah.
So it's like obviously I'm a little biased there. Who else? Like the blends, Volpi specifically was so fun to work with for like absolutely zero reason. I would like want to choose one of those three, but I don't know which one specifically. So I'm just gonna say all of them. Those are kind of all my favorites.
All right.
I think that's good enough. I think that's good enough.
Yeah.
For me. I like all my kids equally, but those three are like honors, graduating.
Okay, now, which one did you hate?
Is that a question on the form?
That's not a question.
Did
actually.
no, I should ask. Did anyone ask which one was like our least favorite or something?
I don't know if someone asked that kind of question. I'd have to pull up the answers.
Okay,
again,
we'll
but I don't
answer
feel
it
like
now, and if someone asked it, we can be like, refer to this time code. What do you think?
To work with, probably F-Boy, honestly. Like I kept having ideas, but none of them ended up working. And so when he won the like 1 vote difference, I wipe sweat off my brow and I go, phew, close one.
It was rigged, is what you're saying.
It was rigged, yes.
Yeah.
I rigged it.
You
And you're gonna put a
rigged it.
You're gonna put a big /J on the screen right now. Wizard, who did you fucking hate in despise?
Who did I hate in Green Tournament? I don't hate them, but I think my least favorite was Birdly and Noel, honestly. I don't care much for Daria Core. They're the ones I fucked with the least, outside of the April Fool's duo, because I don't count those. They're funny little things. Gongo,
you're
who
with
did you
us.
fucking hate?
I think probably Hail Mary Malin at the start. He was kind. I think of all the renders that I've made, he's kind of the one that I'm like okay with. Everything else is fucking awesome, right? But his I kind of made it like very quickly because also I didn't really know that much.
Spag, who did you fucking
Spag,
hate?
who did you hate and despise from UGT?
So see, this is hard because like if I were to say, oh, who did I like drawing the most? It's like I only managed to draw one guy.
So far.
So I can't answer this question because I did like how it looked when it was done. In terms of music, see, I am a simpleton. I have liked all of them because the thing with mashups is I don't listen to that many, but I like listening to the ones I am shown because of like I just start going, wait, I know that thing, and I know that thing,
Yeah, I know that thing.
that thing. But after a while, like if I had to try to like go back, I'm so glad Wiz kind of gave me this out to be able to pick one. I didn't like Noel and Birdly at all that much either. Not because like I straight up dislike them. They're just the ones that sort of stuck out to me the least, and that I like remember the least. Except for the one where it was like what is it called? Like Don't Touch That Dial? Is it the one that was like
Yeah,
them
that was
and
the Metal Sonic
Sonic?
match track. Next question. Next like actual question. That
Yeah,
we
this
have.
is only question 2.
Yeah. Next question. Were there any characters that were scrapped? Were there any scrapped takeouts? There were a lot. Yeah.
Hold on,
I
let
mean,
me
I
go-
think the biggest scrapped character was probably Bible Thump. I'm like really sad that we couldn't use Bible Thump, but it's like whatever.
And am I allowed to say my little pride and joy that I drew that I'm so set either of the pride and joys? I'll save one for secret and the other can be
I
revealed.
think you can show one of them.
I am so sad we never got to use them. The angry nostalgia nerd. Anyone in Mashup Mixcord knows I've been shitposting about Nostalgia Critic since Green Day 1 because I knew we were gonna get to him eventually. I'm gonna put his render on screen. I fucking loved it. My biggest sad is that we didn't get to put Nostalgia Nerd in because I kept shitposting about him. I would do it in the premiere chats. I would do it in the Discord, and I was constantly just watch. Green McGreen is gonna be revealed to be Doug Walker.
We're gonna have Nostalgia Critic. He's gonna show up. It's gonna be awesome.
And even when I knew he was scrapped, I still kept doing the big. Like I can't give it up now.
Because it's so funny. It's so funny to do.
so funny.
Like continuously.
It was gonna be like a different character, and then he goes up in the screen, blows up the wall, and goes meow now now.
Most of the scraps are just because either I realized that I didn't really want to work with the source list, or like they got, there was a different character that we decided to use instead that like repped one of their big like core things, or they were from like the same tourney. Like I think the best example of that is we had Imagine Dragons Springtrap for a real long time, but I ended up going with Kill the Killers instead.
Holy
So
shit,
we
I
ended up
remember
scrapping
that guy.
Springtrap.
Yeah.
I was like, I saw that and I was like, yo, shit, I want to draw that so bad.
And like for a bit, Fred Durst Friday was just gonna be Fred Durst Friday until we made him a blend.
It was just gonna be Fred Durst Friday, but then we decided to do Funny Freddy because I thought it would be funny.
and it was.
Oh,
And it was
I
Friday.
get it.
And it was Friday.
Guys,
Just-
repost this video if you got the joke.
Here's like a bunch of characters that we decided to scrap. The Pyro from Salt, Spin Eternally from True Arena, Gustavo Rock from Mashup Week Megamix, Bad Girls
Poured
from
one out
Mashup
for
Week
him.
Megamix 2, Russian Badger from True Arena. I had Scatman's World from Rave Story Rejects for a little bit.
Hold on, I'm on the sheet. Does that say Crash Bandicoot?
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah,
I never
yeah,
finished the source list.
I wanted to get Crash on there so much because I want him an attorney.
Again.
Slamfest barely counts.
Next question.
Next
I think
question.
we've said enough scrapped characters.
Mhm.
We got one question here. What are some of the biggest influences making this project? Which tournaments or other works have inspired UGT?
I guess srant.
The
That was probably
biggest
the
one
biggest.
is scary rosters and nice tracks. Obviously, I wanted to do an srant like take for a really long time because everyone else was doing one, and I wanted to like be part of the culture,
The trend.
zeitgeist, the trend. But I didn't want to just do another just like
PNG
srant
tourney.
knockoff,
Yeah.
where it's just like it's based on like a different album. I wanted to do another srant where it wasn't like just based on like a different album with a slightly different roster. And so the first thing I wanted to do was like, wouldn't it be funny if we did renders? And then the next thing was, wouldn't it be funny if it was a gauntlet? And then I was like, but a gauntlet would be so much work. We'd have to do like 4 matches. And then I realized, wait, why do we have to do 4 matches per round? We can just do 1.
Mhm.
Like, who cares?
And that was around the time you got me on. Like you DM me a lot.
I was DMing Wiz about it because Wiz is like the only other like tourney like
Tourney head.
person in this friend group. And then Wiz, I think you were like, what if we got Gongo on this?
Yeah,
I was like, Gongo's so funny.
that would be so. And
Now,
then
now
I
here's the thing
remember.
about that. I think,
Yeah, you.
I think part of the reason you picked me is because I like the color green a lot.
That's
definitely
not
part
why
of it.
I picked you. That's not why I picked you.
No, that's why
I
Wiz
picked
picked me. That's why Wiz
Hang on,
picked me.
I have the DMs here. I was literally like, here was the conversation back for Gongo, do you want to work on something green with Lydia and I? Specifically a secret green project. And you said, no, what could that possibly mean? And then that's when we started the group chat.
That's when we started the group chat. And then I think Spag, you came in because we were gonna do Bible Thump, and I was like, wouldn't it be funny if we got Spag to do this render specifically?
Yeah, because that's like the Edmund character, and Spag is just big
Yeah.
Edmund.
This was like right around the time when I was like so big into Mugenics because it had just come out, I think.
Yeah.
Or like very near that. And so I was like, oh, absolutely, I will do this. And then it got scrapped.
And then
so
the
I didn't do
character
it.
got cut. Oh well. And then I replaced it with F-Boy, so you got to draw an Edmund anyway.
Yeah,
Fuck boy for
it
the
was
win.
Very fun.
I want the tourney wiki to be like the Forgotten Body of Years, also known as F-Boy, Green Gotten, Red Gotten, is
Fuck
a
boy.
character in Untitled Green Tournament.
I really hope that all the segments for each character gets a bunch of new trivia after this Q&A.
It would be so
Wiki
funny,
editors, get on it. Next
Maurice,
question,
do your thing.
because I think that
Next
was it.
question was, what inspired all of your choices? Is there a consistent through line with your interest, or is it stuff that you thought would be cool to come back? Maybe a bit of both.
I think a bit of
It is
both.
a bit of both. It is a bit of both.
A little bit of column A, a little
some
bit of column
characters
B.
are obviously very like a lot more prevalent in the scene than others. I think like Herobrine is in like 4 different projects for now, thanks to me. I have reasons here for like all of the characters. So it's like Herobrine is like my favorite character in media, so I wanted to do Herobrine. Hail Mary, can't talk. Hail Mary Malin was because I really liked working with Aesop Rock, and I thought it would be fun. I think in hindsight I used like Aesop Rock a little too much. They didn't really use any of their other
They're good.
sources. They are really good though. Metal Sonic was just because I wanted Metal Sonic to come back in a votable project again, because it was like fucking years since the last Metal Sonic that I can think of, I think. Birdly and Noel was specifically because I wanted to give them Daria Core because I thought it would be really funny. And then Volpi, the reason for Volpi is because I wanted to do Metal Ajit Pi originally, but I didn't want to work with his genres. And then I made a source list for Volpatron from Roll You Sinners, and I literally put the two source lists to get like next to each other. And I sat there, and there was a little devil on my shoulder, and it said fusion, fusion, fusion.
I remember you coming to the group chat with that because you sent them next to each other, and you said you were really undecided on who you wanted to do, and then you came back like an hour later, and you're like, guys, I had a fucking great idea, and you sent the combined the Volpitron, and that was what sparked. That's what sparked it in my brain to be like, fuck, we're doing a fusion.
It's like half of the shit we did with UGT was like just spontaneous. Like you have to realize, like there was like zero plan beyond, hey, let's do a tournament where we have XYZ characters come back. Like that was the whole thing. Kill the Killers was just because like I showed it to Gongo and Spag, and they were like, this is the funniest character I've ever seen. And I was like, okay, we're
I loved it. Like just as a concept, so right around the time, I find it crazy how easily swayed I am by just like I saw a funny song or like a funny drawing. But right around the time you showed me that like Survive Kill the Killers was a source you could get for a character, was like right when I was really getting into it. Because it's when I discovered that they put Sonic.exe in it, and he looks so goofy and kind in Kill the Killers. And I was like, okay, this is like what I'm gonna talk about for the next week. And you were like, hey, I found this, and I like my jaw dropped to the floor.
So it was so funny. Will was because I wanted an FNF rep, obviously, because it's me, Lydia, and Friday Night Funkin' mods. And Will was like the stupidest one I could think of, because it's like it's FNF, but it's also Will Smith and Neil Cicerega and
Steve Gunner and YouTube Poop.
And Steve Gunner and YouTube Poops, and like it's like literally like 7 different archetypes like rolled into a single character. F-Boy was a direct like replacement for Bible Thump. The reason I did Bible Thump originally was just because I wanted them to have like hardcore breaks, because I thought it would be like a fun, because like most Isaac reps in tourneys have like industrial genres or whatever, and it's like that's cool, but I wanted something different, and I thought Bible Thump was going to be different, but then I couldn't do Bible Thump, so I was like, okay, what's another Isaac character that has like a weird genre like source that like not a lot of other Isaac characters have, and F-Boy had like alt rock and indie rock, and I was like, ooh, and I like wiggled my fingers.
You twiddle your fingers and lick your lips.
And I twiddled my fingers and let the thought linger. And
if I can like also, if I could just squeeze past here to talk about like F-Boy for a sec, it's also because that's like the one thing I managed to draw for this. I actually did like, I feel like I got that one out like pretty quick despite that. It was like the same day. I was like, hey, is this good? You were like, yes, it's good. And I was like, okay, that's done. When it comes to like actually drawing it, I came in to do it right when like the style had sort of been like figured out. Because I know we just went over the fact that there is no like true style to Green, but like there kind of is. And I like that. And I was like, okay, so I'm like doing a style that is its own style, but also a combination of a different style depending on the character.
G-Sports was literally done because I thought it'd be really funny to give them vocal synth. That's like the only reason. Funny Freddy I did because I was like, what is something that would like scare the most amount of people? I wanted to instill as much fear as I possibly could.
I think I put it as we wanted a character that exemplified the "I'm so fucking scared" gif.
I'm so fucking scared gif. Yeah.
I think we did that.
A character like that. I think it worked well. April Fool's characters, I only did because I was like, who's the funniest Mashup Week character to do Deadass? And then I wanted to do Winggaster anyway.
Actually, I do remember you telling me this before, that you've had Winggaster as a character for like a million years, and you've wanted to use him so bad, and you got.
I wanted to use him so bad because I keep wanting to be like, it would be so funny to give him just Fallout Boy as a direct source because he pulls Thanks for the Memories so much, and then I finally got around to it with Green. We have a question here. If you could rerun any of the lost contestants, who would you go with? Like, who would you bring back?
Kill the killers!
Like,
kill the killers!
Kill the killers!
Please.
Honestly, I think everyone wants to bring back Kill the Killers.
Kill the killers and Hail
I
Mary.
can't believe we weren't meant to survive. We weren't meant to.
Yeah, Kill the
I
Killers.
feel like that's pretty unanimous.
Only question
Yeah.
so far that's had a flat, unanimous, very straight answer.
Flat unanimous.
Okay, so when they say rerun, do they mean like they had to have lost, or do they just mean they could just come back no matter what? Because if it's like a no matter what situation, I would like Winggaster back, just because
That's true.
You got this
again?
whole roster and you go for Winggaster.
It's like Winggaster again, but he comes back as regular Gaster because he died and fell in the core.
But anyway, to answer
Anyway.
the question, I think we all want Metal Sonic to come back.
Yeah!
Yes. We have an interesting question here that I can probably take solo. Do you have any plans for filler or fan sub tracks?
No.
No, not really. Here's
Don't
the
worry, guys.
thing. Filler content is like, wow, guys, you just want me to make more shit for no reason? That's like kind of crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just like out of turn. It's like extra tracks
Yeah.
for fun.
Yeah, just like tracks.
Okay.
for fun.
Well, I
That's
mean,
what a
any
filler- that's
extra
what filler
tracks you
is.
make will probably go into like the bin of we haven't made a song in a while. Let's just like put one out.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. The thing they don't tell you about tourneys is that if you like a character's source list, you can just make tracks for them. Like, you can just do shit. I'm not gonna stop you. Like, you can just, if you like Kill the Killers and you can make tracks for them, then like do it.
Unless you
And,
make a
like,
Metal Sonic track, then we'll go after
Unless you
you.
make it Metal Sonic, that guy deserves no. That guy is homeless now. If you do a track for UGT, I will like repost it on the UGT SoundCloud because we are out of minutes, so I can't like the tourney is
Post
gonna be like
anything.
YouTube only. I should have probably said this at the beginning. Oh well. I'm out of minutes on the SoundCloud, so I'll probably just be like YouTube only from here on out. But if you do a cool like fan track on SoundCloud, I'll repost it. Smile. I don't think we really like need a fan sub form because like
It's
that's
already
just like
takeout. Like, just
can you imagine like we get like 100 votes per match or something like
Yeah,
that?
and we
just,
get, like-
go to our tiny little audience and we go, hey, can you make us tracks for no money, please? If there's like a heavy amount of demand in like the comments of the Q&A or something, then I might consider doing a fan sub form and I'll like make a community post about it, but don't expect like fan subs and definitely don't expect filler. We have a really awesome question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does your tier list look like?
of green.
Holy.
For green. So here's the Untitled Green Tournament tier list.
Everyone make your own super quick just now.
Everyone has
Hey.
2 minutes.
I already made one actually
Why is-
right before Funny Freddy. So I just got to
Wait,
add it to
Bible
mine.
Thump is on here. I thought he was dead.
He
thought
is
you were
dead,
dead.
don't worry.
Look, just make one together and send it to me. And when I edit it, I'll like put everyone's on screen with their little icon, and people
Yeah.
can
Alright, we'll
squint.
do that later then.
We've got a question for our artists here. Something I've noticed is that the style you use for UGT tends to take artistic elements from the character's original renders, but still has its own flair. What made you choose to do this? What is your overall process of thought and creation when taking those elements?
A lot of it is art style imitation, and I know people have caught on that, and they're like, "Oh, it's one guy that's really good at art styles," and like, "Oh, thank you," you know, like very flattering, how nice. But also, it's like, I was given the renders for these characters, and I think the initial prompt was just like, "Can you draw them in a different pose?" And I was like, "Okay, I'll do that." And then I saw the Herobrine thing, and I was like, wouldn't it be cool if they kept the little striped thing on their chest or whatever the hell for like the shirt? And then I was like, wouldn't it be cool if their nose was the color that it is in the render? And then I kind of just kept doing that. I got to Metal Sonic, and I was like, wouldn't it be cool if it was just like the same style? And I just ran with that.
It was still like
I will
Terminal
say,
Montage styled. Yeah.
For the F-Boy one, that one was outsourced to the person on my left right here. I forgot their name. But the sort of like basic parameters that I went with the renders was all one layer. It's a sketch that I later clean up, which is why there's a bunch of like lines everywhere if you look closely. It's all just like part of the sketch, and I just deleted lines that I didn't need, but there's some that are still there. And all the coloring was with bucket tool and a gradient, and that was it. We came up with Untitled Green as just like, what if the tourney was like really high effort, but it looked like shit?
Yeah,
Like,
that was the
was
ethos of the tournament.
Yeah, that's that, and we were like, because Green is just funny to just like, Green kind of just carried the whole thing as like a concept. I was like, what was the worst possible style I could go for that like still looks good? And I landed on that because I think it looks good. Like I can say that like the drawings are all shit, right? Because like some of them kind of are. No, they're not. But like
Kill the Killers is still the best one in my opinion.
Yeah, I definitely tried still with all the drawings. Like it wasn't like I did them out of like
Yeah, you weren't
malice
like
in
you
my
weren't
heart.
even trying. Yeah, you put in effort.
Yeah, I think it's a thing of like it looks really unassuming when you look at just one, but when you see them all together, it's like, oh wow, they like really did the thing. Like, damn.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It's like individually they all look so unassuming and like bad, but then you put them all together, you're like, no, wait a minute, wait.
Especially when Gongo draws all the characters together. Invincible art.
Yeah. Fucking redraw. We've got another question here. If you had the chance, would you go back and swap out one of the characters you picked for another character?
I mean, you were in charge of most of the picks. It was mostly us just kind of giving input on, yeah, that sounds fun, or whatever.
Because a lot of the characters I did, like, part of the reasoning as to why I did them was like, would I be okay with showing this character to Spag and or Gongo and forcing them at gunpoint to draw them? So that's like kind of most of it. I think if we didn't do Kill the Killers, I would have probably done Imagine Dragon Springtrap. That's the one that's like, I honestly don't know what FNAF character, if any, we would do instead. I just feel like all of them are kind of like, not as cool as IDS.
I campaigned kind of hard when we were talking about a Megamix character. I wanted Gustavo Rock really bad. I remember when it was like time to be like, okay, we're gonna do Megamix. I was like, I really want Gustavo Rock because I really like Nickelodeon reps. I just find cartoon-based reps are fun. I really like his sound. I think what the fuck was his opening track, Rockefeller something, is just, it's good. I really like his sound, and I was a little sad when it was G Sports, but then when I heard the Amber back chat, it's like, we made the right call. We made the right call there.
I wouldn't really say I have anything because it's like my knowledge of tourneys is very limited, like as it is already, even now.
But Gongo, you told me right before the Q&A you really wanted to see Civil War buddies in Green.
You did.
I definitely did say that. You're right.
Spag, was there anyone that you want to see?
If I had to give a character that I wish would have been, it would have been Crash and Bernstein. Or as it's written out, Crash in parentheses Bandicoot and Bernstein in parentheses Bears. Because I thought the song because like one of their sources is songs about misunderstandings or forgetting. And the fact that they pulled Who Can It Be Now because of that was crazy. And I wish we would have done more stuff like that. Like, that was an insane one. And seeing Crash in his dumb little outfit that makes him look like the fucking Crash and Bernstein puppet was really good. And I would have drawn that.
They got the next question here.
Next
This
slide.
one's gonna be kind of fast. What's the amazing reason you're so green?
Gongo's the only one here who's actually green.
I can answer that. It's the funniest color. We just all agree on this.
Yeah.
In our friend group, I think I don't want to like take the credit for it, but I do think it was that one day I just like quote unquote walked into the group chat and just like, guys, can we all agree that like green is just the funniest color?
No, I remember.
And everybody said yes.
Yeah, no.
Everybody immediately said yes.
Everybody
and that's
said
just, like,
yeah.
been the thing.
I remember when you said that, and I just like I sat there and like I sat there in the thinker pose, and I like pondered it for a second.
Yeah, it's one of those
Kind
things where
of.
I didn't disagree right away. I just kind of had to think on it. It's like, is there color funnier than green?
I was sitting there thinking.
What we can also say about green is that obviously we picked it because it was funny, and we were like, what's the funniest thing we could do? But also it like turned out to be really good for like the theming of the whole tourney. Like, there's the grass border as like
Yeah.
the like defining thing, and all the text was written like comments in code with like the slashes.
We got kind of on the same topic. We got the next question here. Can the tourney become blue now?
No.
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 Hell
No.
No.
Leave me alone.
I mean, actually, if you want a blue tourney, make it yourself.
Yes. No one's gonna stop you from making music. No one's gonna stop you from making a tourney.
I'm gonna jump ahead really quickly. There is a comment on here, or a question on here. Are we allowed to do projects inspired by this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to.
I've kind of laid out how to do renders. If you want to try your hand at the green style, go ahead.
If you do, I will say, because the reason that I did UGT was because I thought that a lot of the srant takes that existed were kind of boring or whatever. Like, I thought that a lot of them weren't really like doing much with the
Concept.
formatting and the concept. And so I did green because I thought it would be like a unique like take on the format. So if you want to do like Untitled Beige tournament or whatever, and you're gonna have Filthy Frank fighting I'm thinking of a character.
Nostalgia critic from All Eyes on Me.
Yeah, if you want to
Fresh and
have
Bernstein.
if you want to do that, like just do some interesting like thing with the formatting, like do like I've thought about like different ways that you could like take the green format and you can twist it. Like you could make it so that all the characters are like two characters that get teamed up from the same roster. You can make it so that there's like 4 characters, but they keep rotating around in like a big circle, and it's like a looping like bracket. You can do so many different things.
The entire
You can make it so
roster is
that-
blends because fusions are awesome. Someone
you can
do
do
that
the
and I
entire
will
roster
pay
of
you
blends.
5 Chuck E.
You can-
Cheese tokens.
You can do like a thing where when a character loses, the winner gets a source from the other character. Like you can do so many things with this format that UGT didn't do, just because like we're kind of like the first, we're the progenitors or whatever. So if you want to do a UGT like tournament, you're allowed to do that. I want to see what people come up with in terms of like
Something unique that isn't just
taking the format and
Untitled.
twisting it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say, obviously we're not going to stop you. No one here is going to stop you except maybe Spag.
Yeah.
She is very dangerous. If you're going to do your own tourney, even if it's inspired by green, please do something more unique than just Untitled insert color tournament and it's just different characters. If you want to do it, that's
kind of part of
fine.
the magic of it.
I guess if you want to do that, that's fine. That's your prerogative. But I'm going to say, as funny wizard man, do something unique. Do something fun. Put Nostalgia Critic in there.
It's
do,
fun to
do it for me.
It's fun to do cool stuff. It's fun to do cool, unique stuff. I've got 2 questions that are kind of rolled into one. What would you recommend or suggest to someone who wants to start making mashups? And what's your design philosophy for making mashups? Any tips and advice for newcomers or less experienced people such as myself? I do have one tip that I think like not a lot of people understand. When you're making like when you listen to a tourney track and it's got like 30 different pulls in it, like do not strive to do that like as your first track. It will end poorly. For your first track, just get 2 songs that you think could sound good together and put them together and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, then it's fine. You can just get a different like set of 2 songs. Eventually, you'll be able to make 2 source mashups sound good, and you can start adding even more, and eventually you'll get to the point where you can make, you know, full tracks with, you know, a bunch of different sources or whatever, a bunch of different pulls.
Yeah, it's like juggling. Like
Yeah, it's
you don't start
juggling,
with
yeah.
20 balls.
You don't start with 3 balls. You start with 1, and then you work.
Man,
your
I
way
wish
up.
I could start with 3
You
balls.
start with no balls.
Also, don't think you have to limit yourself by like adhering to a source list for your like first few mashups. When I was like starting doing mashups, I was like just trying to do Netherrack Nightmares fan tracks, and like most of them sounded like shit. I think the only reason that I like got good at mashups as fast as I did was because I already had a music background, like doing FNF mods. Take it slow, know that you're not gonna get it all correct, and also make sure that everything is on key. Like that's the main thing. Next question. I absolutely adore the art style. I really want to ask what kind of brush and opacity tricks you use. They're really sick.
Name the
brush?
exact brush name.
Opening Krito right now if you want the exact brush, because I think it's just like a default brush.
But everyone here uses Krita, just like as a general like rule of thumb.
The name of my brush,
Gongo's brush.
Pencil 2B, and I just like messed with it a little bit. It's just pencil tool. It's just a pencil tool.
I don't remember the brush. It's a brush that Spag uses a lot too. It's ink pen something. I'm not opening Krita. I'm fat and lazy.
It's called Ink-4 Pen Rough. It is a very good brush.
You did specify in the question like opacity tricks. There's none of that, honestly.
Yeah.
Like all the colors are just color picked from the
color
like
picked
reference
from the
image.
renders, yeah.
And I just put them on the thing. And that was it. There's no like extra layers for shading. It was all like one layer for most of
I guess when they say opacity tricks, they might mean the gradient. And the thing about that is that Krita just has a gradient tool that you can just like slap onto the thing.
I guess it's also just funny. Gongo's explaining this as like I did it all on one layer like this. I'm a little weirder with my art. I have like fucking Volpi had like 20 different layers because I wanted to make sure I didn't screw up any of the line art. I'm just
moral
stupid.
Of the story is that if you want to do art, use Krita.
Use Krita.
Yeah, only use Krita. Don't use anything else. They're all lying to you.
Maybe
Krita's
paint.net.
We got another question here. We've only got like 4 more questions. It's fine. How do you make stuff so fast? Low key, I have no idea.
I think it helps that we're 4 people and not 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that question was asked under the assumption that Green McGreen was a solo entity.
I had been like struggling to draw shit just in general for like a really long time, especially around when this was happening, which is why I did so little. And then when I finally got to doing the like F-Boy one, it just sort of happens.
It went very fast.
I wish we had more
fast,
answers, because
yeah.
I've noticed Gongo, that happened with Gongo too, where it's like you would tell them to make a character and it'd be done like the same day or within a 24-hour time span. It's like the easiest answer to this is when you're doing this enough, sometimes you'll have really low lows, and then sometimes things will just happen. Like you'll black out and your canvas will be full.
Act 1 specifically, that shit happened in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like the only things that were like made before we revealed the project were like the intros for round 1 and the match track. I don't even know if the Vic themes were done before we revealed. Like
I want to show as a funny behind the scenes things for this because I don't know when else. Originally Green was gonna be like very different presentation wise. We had that whole record label spinning design that was gonna be more indicative of like PNG tubers.
There weren't gonna be renders. It was just gonna be like a lot closer to like an actual PNG tournament without any renders or whatever, but we decided to do renders later on, and like we decided to focus on like SoundCloud because it would be easier. We wouldn't have to do video editing, and then we were like, wouldn't it be funny if the boss track had
if it was
editing?
a video, and then I spun that out in like a day.
In like a day or two, yeah. And then I was like, well, we have the YouTube channel now. I might as well just upload everything to the YouTube. And then when everything was uploaded to the YouTube, like by the time everything was uploaded to the YouTube, we had the Kill the Killers match just like ready to go, because like everything got done. And I was like, okay, I guess we're doing this match now. I guess we're doing circles now. I genuinely do not know how me specifically, I don't know how I worked that fast for Act 1. Yeah, I think the thing is like UGT specifically is like when you compare UGT, like a UGT act, to like a traditional round robin, like srant, I guess you can say, I think I did the math. I think the amount of tracks that a round robin usually has, it's like 4 intros, and then every like round within the thing has like 1 match and then 2 hypes. So that, and then there's like 6 total like rounds, I'm pretty sure is what the math is. So it's like around 30-ish tracks. UGT is like, I think it's like half that for an act. It's like 1 intro, which also doubles as a hype, and then a hype for the incumbent, and then a match track, and that's kind of it. And then you just do that 4 times. So it's like around like 12 or 13 tracks total. So it's definitely like a lower workload than something like srant would have been. If we just did Act 1 as like a round robin, we probably wouldn't have finished it as quickly as we did, just solely because it's like so much more work to do that.
I think a lot of the decisions that we made was just because we wanted to see different characters do different things. If we stuck, like, imagine that with how much Metal Sonic was prevalent, he'd have like 50 million songs, and like, I don't think anyone wanted that.
Yeah, no, I don't think any, like, people were getting tired of Metal Sonic like
after 3 rounds, after 3 wins,
3 rounds. Imagine if he was still around on like round 17, it would suck. But how do you make stuff so fast? I don't know. Just kind of like you just kind of vomit it out.
If this is a question about like, as another creative, like how can I like phrases like how can I be as fast as you? It's
don't.
First of all, biggest tip, don't think like that ever. That will kill you. It kills me to this day.
It will kill you. It will kill you, or you'll have the fucking Green Goblin mask trying to convince you to use AI slop. Don't use AI slop. I will personally come to your house and beat you with bricks.
Like, the second answer is like, the way you can get your things to work better is just work under what you know you can already do. There's a reason why like so many times whenever something was needed for this project, it's like we would immediately go, oh well, Blake knows how to do that, so we would just like Gongo do the art because he could do the art quick. Or it's like, oh, we need like an edit, so Wiz was like, well, Wiz just edits all the time, let Wiz do it. And then it's like, just do things you know you can do, and like that you know you would probably be able to do quickly anyway, and you just will do it quick. And the more you do that, the faster you will get at doing more things after that.
Thank you so much, Spago.
And then I blow up.
Next question. Change places. No.
I don't want to drag everyone around.
What is your favorite shade of green?
I mean, I can just say it's the one that's on my Fugi right now. I like this. It's like a nice mint green.
I'm very partial to, I don't know how else to put it, Dr. Doom green, that like kind of darker evil green.
I'll take a screenshot of it so that you can put it in the video.
Yeah, this sort of lay dark screen.
I think I'm also partial to just like fucking RGB value 02550. Like that, like it's just funny.
Green
like,
screen green.
Like green screen green, just like kill my eyes for fun. You know. Next question.
Second to last,
qualifications? Yeah, second to last. What are the qualifications for a character getting into UGT? Do they have to be out of bracket? Are characters from minis allowed? Stuff like that.
That's what we thought was funny.
It's mostly that, but I do have some rules specifically. I think the biggest one is I tend to not do OC characters because I'd want to ask for permission. I think now that Mask is off, I might end up DMing like people and like asking them if certain OCs are like fair game, because I have some ideas for like OCs that I would like to use in UGT, but I'd want to get permission before I use them. I also prefer it when characters are out of bracket or like their projects are canceled, because if a character is still in bracket, they're gonna like you know they're
gonna get songs
anyway. So it's like, why do I need to have them here where there's just like splitting the voter base, you know? I think that's like most of the it's basically just the UGFAD form. Like now that I'm thinking about it, it's just the UGFAD like submission form. That's basically my rules.
And they also had to be green.
and they had to be good.
Every character in Green has a little bit of green on them. Go back
I
and look.
fucking tug at my collar.
No.
Cool.
No, F-Boy had some green.
F-Boy's got a little green. The last question is, what is your favorite aspect of making this tournament? Favorite part?
I think we should do
Is
the
it
thing
cheating if
right
I
from the
say
beginning.
The one that I made. Is that cheating?
Your favorite aspect of this
Yeah,
of this
of
project?
the shit that I did.
The art.
Sure, I guess.
If we're allowed to be biased, then I didn't like the arts. Well, okay, I'm happy with the art I did for the blends.
If I can be biased, I fucking hated all the art.
If we're gonna be biased, the concept of the blends is the coolest fucking thing. I'm aware that like Prism kinda had that idea with the, I don't remember what they were called.
They were fucking.
It was like the weird
can't
bosses where they
remember it.
were fusions.
Figments.
But those
Why
were
couldn't I remember?
more.
It's so weird.
Those not a problem, but the reason why I like the blends more is they weren't really fusions. They were more just a different character entirely that happened to have a lot of aspects of the two, like base
Yeah.
characters. The blends.
A blend is a full-on fusion.
It's fusion, and I already said. You said I was gonna have a chance to sit here and rant and go feral. I'm gonna use my chance to go feral. I'm not gonna touch on Ben 10 too long. That show, it did fusions, not super often. It only did it a couple times canonically. But if you were there was so much online community in the early days, back in like the mid 2000s when I was a youngin', where there were so many fan forums, so many DeviantArt accounts dedicated to people making Ben 10 fusions. It was such a fucking awesome concept of character A, character B, mush them together, and it's a brand new design. And then when Lid presented Volpitron, I kind of shoved Gongo aside. I was like, Gongo, I know you do the art. I'm drawing this one. And I really got to pop off there because I looked at Volpitron, I looked at Metal Agit Pie, and I was like, all right, we're going to take the metal body of Agit Pie, we're going to do the dust thing, we're going to kind of take elements from Volpitron's helmet, I'm going to keep the side antenna things, I don't know what the fuck those are, but they're fun. I'm going to do a bunch of red lines on it to kind of make it line up with the Volpitron, like, tears thing going on. It's just, I loved it. Funny Freddy wasn't as much. Funny Freddy, admittedly, is mostly just, I took Fred Durst, I made him blue, and I put him in, like, raggedy clothing. And then this I really loved for the, I'm sorry I'm taking up so much time with this, but I'm going feral.
No, it's fine.
When,
It's fine.
I'm so happy people pointed this out. In the Act 2 finale, when the big art, that was the My Way reference, I gave him the Fred Durst hands while still keeping him in the general, like, My Way pose. I was worried that wasn't going to read as well, but then I saw people point it out in the live chat, and I was so happy that you guys caught that. Fusions are cool, and bringing back my point earlier, if you're gonna do Untitled Blue tournament, make fusions. At me on Blue Sky, at me on LinkedIn, I don't fucking care. I want to see that shit. Fusions are cool. Do them more.
Do them.
Please.
Thing about
I mean,
EGT.
like, I think the one thing I was most passionate about, because like I didn't get to help directly too much, but actually watching it just happen was very cool. I thought seeing all the art was really nice because I just really like how it all looks. Like, not to, I don't know, like not to fucking glaze, but like I think
Glaze Gongo.
the actual way like the art is, the way it works is really good. There's a very super evil secret reason why I like the Survive the Kill the Killers one especially that I won't say because it's super evil secret, but I love it as well. I don't know, it's just like the way it all looks, it's that perfect like blend you said of like it looks so unassuming, but then you just scroll through the entire channel and you're like, damn. I just like that feeling. I think that's my favorite part of it. Is just like the entire vibe of it.
I did say as a joke at the start of this that I was like, oh, obviously the shit I did is the coolest part. But I think my favorite part of this was like just the humor of it and like the just like the sort of vibe that it was going for. Because it's obviously like, what would be funny? And then we did it, right? Like that was kind of the leading drive for most of the shit that we did. And I really liked seeing people talk about it and being like, okay, but like, what would be really funny? And they were like theorizing on like what could happen next and stuff. And that was really cool for me to see. I like seeing what people thought of it.
I think for me, I think my favorite part about, like, my favorite aspect about making UGT was just like working with like you three specifically.
Oh,
I've like been fiending for a project that I can just make, you know? Because like I feel like like a lot of the tourneys that I had worked on like in the past, like even before UGT, you just go through periods of just like waiting for other people to like work or whatever. And it's like I understand why they do that, because like eventually after like 6 months and everything gets made and it's all awesome, you know, and everyone goes yippee and they jump up and down really fast. But I like working on stuff, and I like being able to like see my stuff get out there. And when I finish my stuff and then I have to like sit there and wait for 30 other people to also finish their stuff, and they take like 4 months to finish their tracks or whatever. I'm not like insulting these people, like, or I'm not trying to like be rude and be like, oh,
call someone out in specific.
I hate you, Build. I hate you so much. I hope you die. No, I don't care.
Man, fuck you, Oatmeal D.
Fuck you, Oat. But anyway,
no, not really.
I like releasing my shit whenever I can. But so I tried to make my own tourney where I was the only person that worked on it, and I just did everything. But that turned into like, oh, I have to do everything. And it's like, it became this thing of like, I don't want to work in like a giant back room because nothing gets done because I'm waiting for everyone else to work. But I also don't want to work by myself, because then I have to be the one to motivate myself to do all of the work. I can't like motivate myself to do that. So I think Green is like a good like halfway point where like I'm friends with these three. I've been friends with these three for like literally like I feel like over half a decade at this point, because like we met like
time.
Like what, 2019?
It was around 2019, 2020. Because I met Lid through Foundation, and then I met Spag through Lid, and then Gongo just kind of showed up on my doorstep.
Hey guys.
Yeah, but like, Green is like a good middle ground, because like I've known these people for like half a decade or whatever. I've worked with them on like so many different projects before, so like I already have this rapport. All I have to do is explain to like Spag and Gongo what a mashup tournament is, and like they will like probably help, you know, and they'll like probably do renders, you know, and like if I like need to like remind them like every once in a while to like, hey, did you do the Kill the Killers render yet? And it's not like, it doesn't feel like me being annoying, because that was like a big thing, was like I wanted to like ask people to do renders or whatever, but I didn't want to be annoying, so I just wouldn't, and I would just hope that they would remember on their own, and they never did, so none of my projects went anywhere. So I think that's probably my favorite part about doing this, was like getting Spag and Gongo to like somewhat into tourneys, but like not fully yet. And just like working with these three, because like I know for a fact that like all of this stuff is going to release, because then when all the stuff releases, I get to see all of the people comment about like all the stuff and go like, wow, this track was really good, and I really like the render that you did for this character, and like the editing was so good, and like seeing all that just makes me really happy. You smile. Like when the fucking when the finale track for Act 2 was premiering, and Volpi showed up, and I saw the premiere chat go like insane.
Yeah.
And my heart started racing. It was so awesome. Like it was like because like I know that like all of the work that we put in is like paying off. I think tourneys are just like such a cool, like, I don't want to say art form, but like kind of.
They're an art form.
Yeah, they're such a cool art form, because it really is just like it's
a very cool
like,
communal
hey guys,
project.
Look at this thing that I like. That's like the whole tourney.
It was just the communal thing.
The communal thing, and like working with these three smiles. Aw. I think that was the last question. I think we're done.
I think we're done. Is there any other like random behind the scenes trivia things we want to reveal over here?
Let's all give one closing remark.
Guys, the next character is going to be Walter Black and Walter White from The Perfect Tournament.
I guess this final thing. If you're wondering what the fuck is happening in the background, that's this game called Heal and Hurt on Steam.
Heal
it is
and
free.
Hurt.
Go play Heal and Hurt.
Please play it.
It's free to play. There's skeletons. Look, I was great King of Evil Ganondorf.
There's awesome bones. There's awesome bones.
There's Ganondorf in this game.
Anyway.
I promise. You can find him.
Thank you for all the
Thank you for
support.
watching.
Leave a like and a
Thank you for
comment if you want to be a part of Green Tournament 2.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
We will not read any of them.
Guys,
And then you
guys
put
hit
up
the
the
bell.
like hello neighbor like it's subscribed. Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
here, leave a comment and someone on the green team will answer any ones that we find funny, but we won't tell you who's answering what.
Yeah.
Yeah, can they just all be
have to
me?
guess.
Because I know the least.
Actually, that would...
And I
Yeah.
just have to make
Yeah,
up my
ask,
answer every
ask a
time.
question and Spaggy will answer it with utmost confidence and completely true information.
Yeah.
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 Yep, yep. God damn it.
Lid, I feel like you should have the final say before I hit stop recording and I delete this file.
If you don't stop recording right now, I'm going to kill my— Hi, editing Lydian here. I forgot that we were supposed to do the popularity poll. Here it is. Da 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 da. Anyway, bye. Thanks for watching.